How to fix bent wrists on the bench press? You don't. If your wrists are like this when you're bench pressing, the barbell is probably going to fall out of your hand at some point. Our wrist should be cocked back, but the barbell shouldn't be sitting on the top of your hand over dead space under here, right? It should be stacked down your forearm still. So, lat engagement on the bench press. You can do this while you're standing there, right? Put your hands out in front of you, all right? Stretch them out as far as you can. Okay, elbows locked. Now pull your shoulder blades back as far as you can with your elbows locked still. Okay. Now from this position here,
Come on, you bloody dickhead. It's Q&A time.
Hey, it is Q&A time. I'm having my morning tea though, but I guess we can get started. Welcome back to your mum's favourite channel on YouTube, Cult Strength. Nearly fucking flung me hat off because of the microphone. Forgot about that, what a dickhead. Well, it is Q&A day. I'm going to answer all your questions. We have some good ones, I'll tell you that right now. But keep in mind, we're nearly at our 20,000 subscribers, and I'm doing a giveaway. I'm giving away one of these jackets. Obviously a brand new one that hasn't been worn and smelly like me, you know what I mean? But I'm giving that away. I'm giving away a load of cool shit, but we've got to get to 20,000 subscribers first. We're almost there. So keep liking and sharing me shit, but you got to watch it. You see this video? I posted it yesterday. Apparently no one likes it. I mean, I get it. I don't know if I'd want to watch him either. But if you want the cool shit, well, you got to watch it. But we'll get started with some questions because, as I said, we have quite a few to get through. Now, as an appropriate question here, we'll start for the first one. The Meat Locker asks, yeah, who are you? Like, I get my algorithm put you up front and you've got some good tutorials, but until your big bench video, I'd never heard of you. Seems like most of us watching you are from the States, and I'm a registered member of USAPL. When did you get into strength sports? What is your background? I know you mentioned you've been a coach for 10 years or so. How did that come to be? Very good. Good question. Let me introduce myself to anyone who's new. Yes, I've been in this game for quite a while. I think I did my first competition, it was around 2015, I think. So nearly 10 years now. My first competition, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know what powerlifting really was. I had come off an injury from another sport. And, I had to change direction in my life because previous to powerlifting, I was always a professional athlete. So I played multiple sports at a professional level and I made a living off that. An injury occurred and I had a decision to make. For me personally, I'm a competitive dude. I've always needed competition, that's all I ever knew. So I kind of thought, is there a way I can make a living out of lifting weights? Because that's something I enjoyed throughout my career playing sports. I always enjoyed lifting weights more than I did the actual sport. Another reason why I didn't continue with those two sports was I just lost passion for it. It wasn't for me anymore. And I always enjoyed lifting weights. So that kind of kicked me up the arse and I was like, well, I can't do this anymore. I like lifting weights. What's this fucking powerlifting business, right? Cool. There's a comp in my area in a few weeks' time. I was in the gym, mind you. I wasn't squat, bench, deadlifting specific training, but I was training. I was a pretty strong guy. Jumped into the comp. I totaled 735 kilograms at 125 kilogram body weight in my first meet with no real practice. And that kind of lit my ass on fire. I came first at state titles. I qualified for nationals. 12 weeks later, or 13 or 14 weeks later to be exact, with a proper program, I totaled 875 kilograms and won nationals. And that was it for me. I was like, fuck yeah, this is my shit. I'm going to be good at it. Let's go. But in the last few years, since the pandemic, since kind of COVID kind of shut the world down, I haven't really been in the competitive scene. Now, I totaled 1,050 kilograms just before everything shut down. Okay, that was my last competition that I did that was, I put everything into, and that was Australian all-time total record at that time in my weight class. And I think I was ranked 4th or 5th in the world all time in the under 140 kilo class. And that was close to 4 years ago now. It was 4 years ago. And a lot's happened since then for me, I prioritized different things. I had a child, and business has been at the forefront of my mind. But recently, the last few months or so, last maybe 6 months, I've really had that burning desire to get as strong as I possibly can and to compete again. So I'm back on the scene. I have been out off the scene for a little while, but I definitely paid my dues. I earned my stripes. I've totaled over 1,000 kilograms. I think I've done that 4 times. PR squat, 415 kilograms, bench press, 260 kilograms, and deadlift, 410 kilograms. They're my gym lifts. As I said, my competition total PR is 1,050 kilos, but I'm coming for more. I'm hungry for more. And if you haven't heard of me, I'm sure you will soon. And not everyone loves me, and I'm okay with that. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but I enjoy what I do, and I hope you do too. I hope that I can help with my tutorials, with my videos, and I'm happy to have you here, my man. Thank you very much. All right, gang. Now, before we get started with the next question, in the next 1 to 2 days, the Nutrition 666 ebook, Build a Beast, will be available on my website, a comprehensive guide to your goals and performance when it comes to nutrition. Okay, so as I keep saying, I have all of my lifting programs on my website, and a massive thank you to everybody who's bought those. They're still constantly being purchased on my website. People are fucking using these programs, getting the fucking gains, and I love to see it. I love doing my training with you guys, and I hope you're continuing to learn and to grow. But yes, that nutrition book will be available in the next 24 to 48 hours, and I'm super keen to bring that to you guys. You will know when it's ready, because I'm going to talk about it in one of my videos. Next question though. Let's have a little look, shall we? And I all hope you're having a fucking nice day today. It's a very good day. Absolutely. All right, a nutrition-based question. Two-Faced Sphinx 54 asks, what's one food that you can never give up that helps you gain muscle and size? Well, there's not one particular food that makes you gain more muscle and size than another. You know what I mean? It's a combination of things. It's macronutrients, it's protein, carbs, fats. And a combination of those and how you choose to do that will generally dictate what you look like. But no, I mean, if there's like one food group or one food that I just really enjoy that has great benefit that I wouldn't get rid of, it would be red meat. I love red meat. That's one thing that I wouldn't get rid of in my diet. But I also like ice cream. So don't fucking try and take my ice cream away, because you're going to fucking cop it. That's all I'm going to tell you. And your mother knows that more than anyone. Sometimes I think she does it just to stir me up because she likes the reaction. But that's pretty toxic. Have a word to her, would you? Thank you very much. Alrighty. Next question. Mastima. Hey mate, love the channel and your programs. I understand you're not the biggest fan of Christianity and religion, neither am I, but I was wondering if you could let us know why. Thank you. Well, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan, let's face it. But also one thing is that I have no problems with Jesus. I like the Jesus character. I think he's a good guy. I think he's misunderstood and misrepresented. And but my biggest issue with, let's not say Christianity or religion, let's say Christians. Let's say Christians, because at the end of the day, it's them, right? Because if you live your life by a book and everything else is wrong, but that book is right, I would at least hope that you would dissect the fuck out of that book. I hope that you would uncover the original texts to see where it came from. I would like to believe that if you were to live your life by the word of that book as it is gospel, that you would make sure you understand it correctly. And they do not. That is one of my biggest issues. There's no critical thinking, there's no common sense, and I find it personally hard to connect with someone who is a firm believer in the Bible, because I can't really meet them on an intellectual level anymore because they're not able to critically think. I'm not saying the Bible is inherently wrong. It's a book. It's a book written by men, based off Chinese whispers, been translated over time and time again, and translated poorly. So my point is that if you're going to live by the book, at least make an effort to understand it, and don't just believe everything that you've been told. That's dumb. Ask questions, seek truth, all that, right? Because if you truly believed in Christ, then you would understand that. Yeah. Next question. Next question, baby. I'm just going to pump through these fucking questions today. We're just bloody going. All right. Rocky Powaru 2525. How to grow my bench press? Squat and deadlift go up so easy, but bench is so hard to move up in weight. My friend, multiple reasons why that could be. For one, our potential to lift, or the weight that we could potentially lift on a squat and deadlift is generally more than a bench press. So let's hypothetically say that most people's squat and deadlift are bigger than their bench press. That means that the gains they're making on their squat and deadlift generally will be bigger. There will be smaller increments made on the bench press. But also, bench press is extremely technical and requires good technique, right, and understanding of the way you're moving, and excellent programming, as well as obviously increasing your calories and adding mass would not be a bad idea as well. Mass does move mass, along with good technique. So I would pay attention to your technique and your programming and your nutrition. Now, if you're unsure of how to work a bench press program effectively, jump on my website, cultstrength.square.site, and pick up the Bench Press Behemoth program. That's why it's there. I take the guesswork out of it for you. Because guess what? Not everybody has 10 years coaching experience, right? Not everybody has done the things that I've done and learnt the things that I've learnt, or other coaches per se. And that's fine, right? I don't know how to replace the fucking engine in a car. So if my fucking car breaks, I'm not going to try. Okay, could I try? Yes, I'd probably do an average shitty job. Just like a lot of you are doing in the gym. If I really wanted results, I'd go to the mechanic and say, hey mate, you're a professional, you know your shit, I'm going to give you some money, you're going to make my life a lot easier and give me what I want. Yes sir, that's how it works. So for anybody out there wondering, or maybe disappointed in their progress, consider that. My website again, cultstrength.square.site. Like this video, drop a comment and subscribe. Thank you. That voice just pops into the fucking video sometimes. Sounds like it's off a radio. Just tobacco. All right. Next question. Okay. Hand Cannon 111, sorry. Now, sir, that name is suspicious. I'm wondering if it's because you're creating a cannon with your hand. You know what I mean? Take your fucking hand off it, champion. Recently added 12 kilograms of size, good weight, but now I always feel like throwing up during top sets of deadlifts. Changed belt size, nothing has helped. Great question, my man, and I think I can help you with this because it's not uncommon. I don't think it's the weight gain that generally causes, the nausea during the deadlift or the feeling like you're going to throw up, right? It's the pressure from the belt. So there's two things you can do, obviously, is adjust the belt, and I believe you said that you changed belt size. That didn't work, so. Okay, next thing is don't eat a big meal before you deadlift. Don't eat 3 to 4 hours before you deadlift if you're struggling with that, right? I'm not saying don't eat anything. I'm saying don't have a big meal. Have a snack. Have something dense in calories. Have a few lollies, maybe a banana, something like that, right? Something light, and drink carbohydrates during your session for the energy. But don't fill your stomach with food and liquid before you deadlift, because it is going to be uncomfortable, my friend. Absolutely, it will be. Give that a try. Performance. Actually, fucking yes, good opportunity. Quick plug to myself and Jackson from Iron Will Dietetics. In our nutrition ebook, yes, we cover meal timing for performance. Meal timing is very important, and it's not always what you think. So, buy the friggin' ebook. I'm just going to watch how many times I say the actual F word, because my mum does watch this channel, and she's probably heard enough of it, to be honest with you. It is what it is. Next question. Next question. Next question. All right. Nero6. Hey man, your page has been really helpful for me through some tough times. What do you do when you feel the world is against you? Thanks, man. Hey, bro, let me just light this bad boy up, and I'm going to help you out with that one. Happy birthday. It's not my birthday, but feels like it. Okay. Man, okay, well, if you feel like the world is against you, so be it. The world isn't against you, but I understand that it can feel like that sometimes. And if we are feeling like that, and we can't shake it, well, hey, let's make the most of it. You know what I mean? Let's make the most of it, and let's fucking use that as some fuel. Now, what I've learned is that perspective is everything. We can make it feel like the world is against us sometimes, even though it isn't. But it can feel that way. I understand that. But let's say the world was against you. Well, it's very simple, my friend. If the world is against you, if you feel like everybody is trying to bring you down, if you feel like everybody wants to see you fail, if you feel like you're overwhelmed, you're drowning, and you're clinging on for dear life, take up a different mindset. Put on a different mask. You know what I mean? You're playing a character. Play the devil. Be the devil. Be the bad guy. Be the monster. Be the freak. Be the one everyone's scared of. And say to yourself, if everyone is against me, then everyone shall lose. Because they don't stand a fucking chance, do they? Get it done, sir. Get it done. Salt the wounds. Hello, sir. What's up, King? I'm having some difficulties about the lat engagement on the bench press. Can you explain how I can get better lat activation? Hey, Em, come and help me with this one, please. Come and hold the camera. I'm going to get Em to hold the camera while I show you a little bit of a cue for lat engagement. I'm going to stand up. All right. So, lat engagement on the bench press. You can do this while you're standing there, right? Do it while you're standing there or sitting there. Simple. Put your hands out in front of you, all right? Stretch them out as far as you can. Okay, elbows locked. Now pull your shoulder blades back as far as you can with your elbows locked still. Okay? Now from this position here, what I want you to think about is you've got a mandarin or an orange in your armpits. You're going to crush it, right? Oh, that's lats. If you can think about pulling your shoulder blades back, crushing an orange, a mandarin, or someone's hopes and dreams in your armpits, your lats are going to be tight, and they're going to be on, and they're going to be strong. Any other rhymes? No. But that's how you do it. I need to go and urinate. I'll be back in a second. All right. Next question. Hititlitis, 8863. Alrighty then. How to make progress for bench press in hypertrophy bodybuilding program. I feel like I talk about this all the time. I feel like I repeat myself a lot, but I'm going to answer it anyway. Like, you have to have a purpose for your training, right? If you want a hypertrophy only program, don't expect to make big strength gains. If you want to be just strong, well, I think you need to consider hypertrophy as well at the same time, right? So I think that strength and hypertrophy work together, but when the focus is too much on hypertrophy, the strength doesn't come. I hope that makes a bit of sense, right? But let me explain what I mean, right? So for example, with my bench press programs, there is more than sufficient enough volume to elicit some explosive gains when it comes to hypertrophy and muscle growth, okay? There is absolutely enough volume and exercise variation to get you jacked. It has hypertrophy in the program. But the main focus of the program is to increase your bench press. Now let's think about that. When we increase our strength, we therefore increase the load we're lifting, which therefore increases the potential of muscle growth per session, right? Per exercise. Because we're now in the position where we're lifting more weight, creating more metabolic damage. And when you get stronger with your 1 rep max, your 3 rep max, your 5 rep max, think about the strength gains you're making on your accessory movements as well. So where, for example, you might be doing 10 or 12 reps with weights before, you can do sets of 15 to 20 now with those weights, meaning that the sets of 10 to 15 or 10 to 12 you're doing are a lot heavier now as well. So if you do focus on your strength and pay attention and keep in mind that you're doing enough volume underneath that at the back end to elicit gains, both is the best way possible anyway. I think that you can't focus just on strength and not focus on hypertrophy and get ultimately strong. You're not going to get as strong as you could without adding that extra muscle mass that you can from hypertrophy. But when it comes to hypertrophy only training, you can get bigger and not stronger, definitely, because you kind of see a lot of weak bodybuilders out there, but at the same time, they're not ultimately big or dense, because it's the strength that gives you that density and that fullness, or the potential to build that density and fullness, because you're working with high rep ranges and heavy weights, not high rep ranges and light weights. Very good. Like this video, drop a comment and subscribe. That would be freaking excellent. Next question. How to fix bent wrists on the bench press? You don't. If your wrists are like this when you're bench pressing, the barbell is probably going to fall out of your hand at some point. Our wrist should be cocked back, but the barbell shouldn't be sitting on the top of your hand over dead space under here, right? It should be stacked down your forearm still, and we wrap our hand around the bar to keep it in place. And a wrist wrap really helps that a lot, the support behind the wrist. So we don't fix a bent wrist, we just learn where to put the barbell in the hands. Very good. All right. You know, I do a lot of these videos, and 99% of the time I'm talking to myself. I talk to myself more than any other person on the planet, to be honest with you, probably combined. So if I get a little weird sometimes, I'm sure you can understand, and don't hold it against me, because I am also handsome and charismatic. All right, Car Wash MK asks, what are your thoughts on Yates-style high-intensity techniques, training to failure and beyond, with forced reps, drop sets, and heavy negatives? So you're referring to the Dorian Yates method of training. My answer to that would be to look at Dorian Yates. He's a fucking monster. Does it work? Yes. Look at him. He's a fucking monster. Is it the only way you can turn into a monster? No. But I'm not going to sit here and say that doesn't work when the proof is in the pudding. But what I do think, if we go a little deeper, is that yes, I think that training like that is excellent but more so a time and place, right? I think that training like that all the time isn't the best way to do it. I think that pushing to failure and beyond with movements that aren't, for example, bench press, squat, or deadlift, maybe things that are like machine work. Maybe you're doing lat pull downs, maybe you're doing chest press, maybe you're doing shoulder press, maybe you're doing arms and things like that, right? Pushing to failure is an excellent idea when it comes to that sort of stuff at the end of a session, right? Because you're at a low risk of injury. If you were to push to failure and beyond on a bench press, you choke yourself out, tear a pec and kill or die pretty quickly, and that's a good way to stop your progress. So be selective with when and where you do it. But hey, training with intensity absolutely works. I would say that. All right, we'll do a couple more before we fucking get out of here. I got a few clients in now, gonna do some training. All right, Shades 4313. Can the bench press behemoth program be run multiple times in a row? And if so, would you program the second round off of your new 1 rep max from the first go round, or would you program off 90-95% of whatever your new PR is? Excellent question, my friend. Yes, all of my programs can be run again. They can be run back to back. I don't ever recommend that you run the same program back to back. I like to think that we should change things a little bit. Not too much though, as I always say. Even my programs don't vary greatly, but they vary enough to make a difference in the purpose and what their intent is. Now, in terms of my programs and my plan with programs going forward is every training cycle, right? So once we finish the bench press behemoth, there will be another program that I will be running and it will be available to you as well. Same with squat and deadlift. And things will change each time. As I said, they won't change greatly. I'm not going to just change the program because people sometimes think that you need to do something completely different. That's not how it works. We need consistency and we need to be building towards something, right? So if you spend 13 weeks building towards something and you get 30% of the way there, it makes no sense to change things up completely and keep trying to work towards the same goal. You're already on the right path. We just need to tweak things. So to answer your question, absolutely you can. You can do it back to back and it will still work great. I would program it off your new 1 rep max, but keep in mind, don't be so specific with that, right? Just think about, the first time you ran the program, be slightly ahead of that, right? So if you started the program at such and such number, maybe the next time you'll start 2.5 to 5 kilos heavier and you'll run this the same way the entire way through. Therefore, theoretically, you should be 2.5 to 5 kilos stronger by the end of it, or thereabouts, right? You can always tweak things a little bit as you go, but definitely starting the program like that is a good idea, and you can make bigger jumps down the program as we go, because generally after the first 3 to 6 weeks, it changes, the style of programming changes a little bit, and it's less linear progression and a lot more top set, back down set work as we peak. I hope that helps, and if you want my programs, as I said, cultstrength.square.site, go and do it, or I will be visiting your mother, and I will not leave your chocolate milk in the fridge. I will drink it all, and you will be upset. So if you want to save yourself from that trauma and heartbreak, I suggest you go to my website right now. If you don't have any money, that's okay. Give your mum a call, let her know what it's for, and she'll probably hook you up. Alternatively, give your father a call and let him know that if you don't get the program, that I will be pursuing and visiting your mother, and if he doesn't want that, then perhaps he can buy the program for you. Yes. We'll go one more question. One more question for you. All right. Easy peasy 666, my man. I don't know if I've ever heard of a better fucking username than that. And you're a member on my channel. I'm speechless. And my day's been made. That's incredible. Mate, well done. You deserve a badge. Hold on a minute. You have one here next to your name. Funny that. Your ideal workout split if you're trying to have some steady progression on all 3 lifts. Also, my mum is hoping the merch comes soon. Absolutely she is. Tell her I'll send her a text later and I'll let her know when she can expect it. I definitely hope that it is within the next few days. I'm just tweaking the last couple things to ensure the end product is exactly as it needs to be. We're this close. Now, workout split, 3 lifts. I'll give you a hypothetical situation for an intermediate lifter. Monday, heavy bench press. Tuesday, squat. Wednesday, rest day. Thursday, light bench press day, high volume day. Friday, potential rest day or deadlifts. You could do the deadlifts on the Friday or the Saturday. You know what I mean? Depending on how you feel. And then if you have a day left on the weekend, obviously, I think you should rest at least 2 days. But if you want to do a 5th day of training, I recommend that it's a fluff-based day. It's a blood flow day. So training things like maybe forearms, calves, arms, shoulders, but no heavy pressing, no heavy compound movements. We're chasing a pump. You want to get swole. That's the kind of session we're chasing there. And that's all the questions I'm going to answer today. I've got other things to do now. So I apologize if that upsets you. I know that for a lot of you, I'm like your father, and he may not be present in your life, and you like to sit here with me and have a giggle, and you probably, call the computer screen dad. And that's okay. If you want to do that, it's kind of weird, but hey, I'm not there, so it doesn't really bother me. But if it makes you feel better, please be my guest. But you could do me the favor of at least liking this video, drop a comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification button to let you know when I post, which is 5 to 6 days a week, obviously. I'm a pretty busy guy, ask your mum. And the wrist wraps, they'll be in Tuesday. Oh, I'm fucking looking forward to that. I want some new wrist wraps. I know your mum does too. She had other ideas for them though. I wasn't a big fan of her ideas, but it's a fantasy of hers, and we can fulfill that if we have to, I guess. I'm a nice guy. But until next time, guys, I'm going to head out of here. I'm feeling a little bit mischievous today. Sorry if my jokes have offended you, or if my sense of humour you don't find funny. To be honest, I don't really care if you don't like me. You can think I'm a total idiot. You can think I'm weak and small and ugly and weird and funny looking and stuff, and fat and just ridiculous. But you're still here watching my videos. So thanks for paying my bills. Until next time, go to the fucking gym. Let's go.